So, irgendwie habe ich meine letzte Aufnahme wieder nicht hochgeladen, wie auch immer, keine Ahnung. Ich finde das auf jeden Fall nicht mehr. Ich weiß jetzt nicht, wo wir beim letzten Mal genau stehen geblieben sind. Es kann sein, dass irgendwas doppelt sein wird, aber ich bin jetzt hier wieder angekommen. Ich weiß, ich war damals auch Level 15 bei der letzten Aufnahme. Aber da ich jetzt nicht genau weiß, wo ich stehen geblieben bin, weil ich habe das jetzt nochmal neu laden müssen von Level 11. Ich bin jetzt Level 13. Aber bevor ich jetzt hier irgendwas verpasse, beziehungsweise ihr was nicht gesehen habt, habe ich mich entschlossen, hier halt weiter zu spielen. Ich bin hier gerade angekommen in dem neuen Gebiet hier. Was heißt neues Gebiet? Moment, Karte, einen Moment. In Uxantis. Und wir müssen jetzt hier mit der Vorladung des Rates reagieren. Und dann haben wir hier einiges zu entdecken und zu erkunden. Wie gesagt, ich weiß es nicht, wo ich stehen geblieben bin. Ich hatte es eigentlich schon durchgespielt. Und irgendwie, keine Ahnung, ist meine Aufnahme weg. Ich weiß nicht, habe ich auch vergessen gehabt aufzunehmen. Ich weiß es nicht. Auf jeden Fall fange ich jetzt ab hier an. Wie gesagt, kann sein, dass es einiges doppelt ist, aber zumindest ab diesem Punkt hier an. Ja.
The council is expecting us, and I'd rather not keep them waiting.
Ja, wir lassen den Rat ja nicht warten, wir gehen ja hin.
Enter through here. The Council of Admirals awaits you.
Ja. Gucken wir, was uns hier erwartet.
Ah, welcome home, Alvida, and welcome to you traveling with her.
Uxantis is delighted to have you here.
However, Alvida, you haven't been summoned here just to exchange pleasantries. Rather, we would like to understand how you got here.
Well, we had to leave the Tynean coast quickly. We had no choice but to take a fisherman's skiff. It's small, but strong. I thought I'd head straight for Uxantis, and that's what I did. I know the stars and the currents like the back of my hand, so I had no trouble finding my way back to our island.
You made it through the Serpent's fans in this nutshell, without losing a passenger.
That's right. My companions can confirm that we didn't lose anyone at sea.
Although it's unfortunate that you had to borrow this vessel, you've accomplished quite a feat in sailing it all the way here.
No one has managed to sail through the Fangs in such a small boat in over 100 years.
It seems only logical to me that we should nominate our Naut sister Alvida for the title of captain, so that she might have a decent ship at last.
I second this proposal. Let's give her a ship.
I also support this proposal. She shall have her ship.
Very well. I am recording our Nort sister Alvida in the register as a new captain.
You'll be able to return to the sea soon, Alvida, as soon as we can get you a ship. In the meantime, you'll have to add to your tattoos. You know where to go. We've already informed the Ink Mistress. Your friends can go with you, or they can wait for you at the inn. Remember that on this island, as when at sea, you are responsible for your guests, since they aren't Nauts.
The council has ruled and adjourned. Away.
Okay, schön. Dann wird sie jetzt Captain. Das ist schön. Kriegt sie jetzt ihre Tätowierung. Also ich meine, ab da, wo meine Aufnahme, wo ich die nicht aufgenommen habe oder wie auch immer verloren gegangen ist, war ich auch so weit, obwohl ich da schon Level 15 war. Ich denke mal, ich habe vorhin jetzt von Level 11 bis jetzt Hauptgeschichte gemacht. Ich habe jetzt nicht viel Nebenquests gemacht, deswegen bin ich jetzt hier erst Level 13, wenn ich mich recht erinnere, oder vielleicht auch 14. Ich gucke jetzt gleich nochmal kurz. Aber das dürftet ihr auf jeden Fall nicht gesehen haben.
Congratulations! You must be happy to see that the Council has acknowledged your talent.
Yes, it's an honor. There's nothing like recognition from you. Watch out. That woman coming towards us is Bridge Alliance. What do you want?
Only to speak to you and to warn you.
Warn us? Or threaten us? My friends have already suffered enough from your...
Please. I am no threat. Let me introduce myself. My name is Saphir. I am an explorer and cartographer, and I'm indeed from the Bridge Alliance. From your reaction, I take it you suffered at the hands of the people of my nation, and for this I am truly sorry. I know that some of my people can be extremely cruel to the natives of Teofridi. However, I am not one of them. I believe that knowledge is the greatest treasure of all, but it is gained through discussion, not slaughter.
You said you wanted to warn us about something.
There is an emissary from my nation here in Uxantis, and she's a member of a faction that has a very contemptuous view of those from your island. They believe your people should be enslaved, or worse yet, used for experiments. This emissary isn't alone. There are guards with her. I wanted to warn you to be careful. It's very possible that she means to harm you.
Okay.
What are you doing in Uxantis?
A most excellent question. I'd also add, who invited you? Foreigners aren't allowed to stay in Uxantis unless they have an invitation. So?
As I told you, I'm an explorer and a cartographer. I've been exchanging letters with the head of your library for years. I sent him a few of my maps, which he kindly corrected, and I've gathered information for him on occasion during my travels. He invited me here so we could finally meet. I'm not allowed into the library, but our conversations have taught me much, and I couldn't pass up the chance to visit the Nort's famed island.
Why have you come to warn us? You don't know us. We're nobody to you.
I'm a traveler. I've met people from many countries and cultures, and I've always enjoyed these encounters. When I met the emissary from the Alliance, I quickly realized which faction she belonged to, though outwardly she appears friendly. They believe themselves to be superior, and this belief leads them to look down on everyone else. These people are a plague on the Alliance. They undermine it from within, convinced they're furthering its cause. Personally, I believe in what the Alliance represents. The true Alliance, that is. And I despise their attitude towards others. That's why I wanted to warn you.
Okay. Oh, wo die Tätowiererin ist. Gasthaus. Raus. Da stehen teilweise die Gefährten, wenn man sie sucht, ne? So. wir mal rein.
Hello, welcome to my workshop. I'm the ink mistress, and before you ask, no, I don't tattoo foreigners.
Hello, mistress. I'm no foreigner. And the council sent me.
Alvida, everyone's talking about you. Your father must be so proud. Sailing to our island in a skiff. I don't think I've ever recorded such a feat in ink. It will be an honor to mark you, Captain.
Thank you.
Now come over here and sit down. I hope your friends are patient. This is gonna take a while. There. Now everyone can take one look at you, and they'll know who you are and what you've accomplished. Take care of the ink for the next few days. The scars will be sore.
Oh, I know. I remember the last time I was here. Thank you, mistress. Goodbye.
Okay. Zur Gruppe zurückkehren sind wir ja schon. So. Einmal kurz mit ihr reden vielleicht.
Do you need my services? My advice?
Nö.
I won't bother you any longer.
See you soon.
So, komm, dann lass uns mal rausgehen.
Savages and traitors to their race! We'll teach you your true place.
Is everyone all right?
Drop your weapons. You're under arrest.
Under arrest? For defending ourselves?
So you say. A witness came to tell us about a fight. We ran over and saw you kill those visitors. Just follow us, you lot, and don't make a fuss.
Wait, officer. This group is my responsibility. I've given my word as a captain. They are my guests.
Indeed. That's unfortunate. You should choose your friends more carefully. Round them all up!
Have you forgotten our laws, officer? You can only arrest the person who is responsible. Her guests are free.
These people have committed a serious crime. They murdered these visitors, and...
This may be a tragedy, but it doesn't change our laws. Only the captain will pay for the crime, if it is proven.
All right, then. Take the captain. As for you lot, I hope you realize what you've done.
Wait, where are you taking her?
She'll be held in the Harbour Master's office while she awaits her trial. I'll make sure you are able to speak with her if you wish.
We should go tell the others what happened.
Is everything all right? We were told there had been a fight between...
News travels quickly around here. We were attacked as we left the workshop with Alvida. A group of armed Alliance men attacked us and we were forced to defend ourselves. They all died. And the guards who arrived just seconds later accused us of murdering them. They wanted to throw us into prison again. The master of the shipyard stepped in, and since we are Alvida's guests, she was the only one of us arrested.
The Alliance doesn't seem to want to leave you in peace.
A woman we met after our meeting with the Admirals warned us. She told us there was an Alliance emissary in Uxantis, and that they might cause us serious problems.
We can't just stand by and let Alvida rot in jail.
I already organised one jailbreak. Why not another?
We'd better go talk to her before we do any such thing.
Fausta's right. This is an island, so we won't be able to escape as easily as we did in Tainir. Alvida knows far better than we do how things work around here. Her advice will be most valuable.
We could try to find the lioness you spoke of, the one who warned us. She undoubtedly knows more than she told us.
Since you don't seem too keen on my idea of an escape plan, we could at least try to find some witnesses who saw what happened.
Ja. So.
We should go back to see the Ink Mistress. Since the attack took place in front of her shop, she's bound to have seen what happened.
Nicht, der war hier einfach angegriffen. Ich glaube, ich spinne, ey.
What do you want? I told you already. I don't tattoo foreigners.
We're looking for witnesses who saw the fight that took place in front of your workshop.
You're not going to kill me too, are you? I didn't see anything. After I finished Alvida's tattoo, I started cleaning my tools. I heard a commotion outside, but I didn't go out there. I'm not a guard, I'm an artist. Please don't hurt me.
We're not here to hurt you. We just want to help our friend Alvida, who's been arrested.
Really? Since the attack, everyone's been saying that the foreigners on the island are just there to cause chaos. And to rob and kill us.
Rest assured, that is not our aim.
At any rate, I wasn't lying. I heard noises, yes, but I didn't see anything. I didn't go outside.
What kind of noise? What exactly do you remember?
Let me think. I remember the door closing. I was picking up my tools when I heard someone shouting. Just after that, I could hear fighting. Then things calmed down and I heard the guard arresting someone. You, most likely.
Do you remember what was shouted?
I didn't hear everything. It wasn't very clear. I think I heard the words savage and traitor. And then something about a place?
They did indeed insult us before attacking us. And since you heard the sounds of fighting after that first sentence, it contradicts the testimony that we attacked those people for no reason.
Versuchen wir nochmal mit Diplomatie, sie zu überreden. Ich glaube aber nicht, weil sie hat zu viel Angst.
You have to come and tell the council what you remember. Those Bridge Alliance people are brutes. And Alvida runs the risk of paying for it with her life.
Like you said, they were brutes who attacked a captain who's respected by everyone. I can't stand to think what they'd do to me if I were to expose their lies. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Ja. Okay, suchen wir einen anderen Zeugen. Ihn da hinten vielleicht.
Hello? Looking to buy furniture? Hey, I recognize you. You're the captain's friends. The ones who were attacked earlier.
Were you there during the attack? Could you tell us exactly what you saw?
Yes. I'm at my workbench from sunup to sundown, and it happened right on my doorstep. So I saw everything. I heard those foreigners from the Alliance hurling insults, and I saw them attack. All you did was defend yourself. Then the guard came, followed by the master of the shipyard. And they took the captain away. I'm sorry about what happened to you.
Kaer, Renaiksa Yaradite Virachtam. Thanks to you, we'll be able to clear our name and free Olvida.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wouldn't be so sure about that.
How so?
I don't have a very good reputation. No one on the council will listen to me. And besides, I don't think Captain Alvida will let me take the stand to defend her. She despises me more than anyone else.
What do you mean?
I don't like to stir up the past, but you should know that I used to be a shipwright. I was respected, and my work was highly praised. Until the accident. It was a terrible accident. Since then, I haven't been allowed to touch a ship. I had to learn a new trade. And here I am in this shabby workshop, tinkering with chairs. My testimony would be worthless.
I understand, but we may have no choice but to call on you.
If you do, I'll be happy to testify to what I saw. But think hard before you call on me. My word could do you more harm than good.
Okay.
We'll leave you to your work. Goodbye.
We should try to find out more about what this man did before we decide whether or not to use his testimony. Alvida will surely know.
Ja, eben. Also. Haben die hier was gesehen? Ist hier noch jemand, mit dem wir reden können? Sie hier vielleicht?
This breeze is invigorating, don't you think?
Nein. Sie da.
Fish! Who wants fish? Hello? Feel like a lovely piece of flounder? Caught just this morning.
Did you see the attack that took place in front of the ink mistress's shop?
No, I was in the back. I only saw the tail end of the fight. I saw the guards show up, followed by the master of the shipyard. But the Alliance men were already dead. You killed them all. Now, if you don't want any fish, I'd like to get back to work. Foreigners' affairs don't concern me.
Oh, just our luck. We found one witness who only overheard something and another one that no one will believe. But it's a first step towards freeing our valiant captain from her cell.
Ja, werden wir schon noch finden. So. Dann gehen wir mal zum Captain. Vielleicht mal das an hier. Deswegen gehe ich nicht ins Wasser. Oh, die sind ausbluten lassen, ey. Der ist schon tot, aber das sieht ja schrecklich aus. Wenn so einer im Wasser begegnen würde, würde ich mir ganz schnell in die Hosen machen. So, wie müssen wir da hin?
I'm sorry, emissary, but all we could do was arrest the Naut who was vouching for the foreigners who murdered your men. The others are free. For now.
I find your laws unjust. The poor captain obviously didn't know who she was dealing with. But I shall seek justice from your council. And I'll be in charge of the prosecution. And thanks to our witness, I'll make sure that only the true culprits, those savage brutes, are the ones who pay for their crime. In blood. Well, look who's here. The savage murderous brute we were just talking about. You must know that I won't let you get away with murdering my men. And I won't let this poor captain pay for your crimes either.
Essa quen moi name natrem o lion. Ma clausum dat sies vreugum se gante camolto sidi.
Sir, I would like to know if...
I've got nothing to say to you. Because of your savagery, one of our sisters is in jail. Get out of here.
This charming, biased bunch won't help us at all. Come on, let's go see Alvida.
That's right. Go and mock the woman who's rotting in prison because of you. See you at your trial.
We should try to learn more about this woman and what she's doing here.
I'm sorry for what happened to you and Captain Alvida, but I can't help you. It's up to you to prove your innocence.
Ja.
I'm sorry about what happened, Alvida. I'm sorry to see you locked up in here when you've just been named captain.
It's just a bad storm to weather. I'm sure my friends will do everything they can to steer me out of here.
I hope so, for them as well as for you. If the trial turns out badly, you won't be able to protect them any longer. There you are. I'm glad Alvida wasn't wrong about you. And you're just in time. I'm going to need your help. The Alliance's emissary has decided to support the murder charge against you. For our young captain's sake, I've decided to defend you. I know our laws well, but I'm going to need evidence and witnesses.
Fragen wir erstmal, was in Beweise dienen könnte.
What other evidence or testimonies should we look for?
Any witnesses who could give a different version of the events would be helpful. I doubt there's much physical evidence to be found, unless it was a setup. And in that case, there were most likely messages sent that you might be able to get your hands on.
Ich erzähle mal von dem Zeugen.
The head guard mentioned a witness who alerted them and told them that we attacked those men. We tried to find out who it was, but he wouldn't tell us.
If I was being generous, I'd say it was to protect the witness. But in truth, our dear head guard hates foreigners. He's furious and frustrated that he couldn't put you in jail and had to lock Alvida up instead. If you need to find out more about this witness, and I do agree that it's a very relevant lead, then I'd recommend trying to get him drunk. He can often be found at the tavern, drowning his bitterness in ale.
Thank you for defending us.
Of course, I don't trust this emissary, and I like Alvida. I'll let you talk to your friend now. But don't forget to come back here once you've gathered enough evidence to exonerate yourselves. Once you've done that, we'll start the trial. See you later, my young friends, and good luck.
So.
How do you feel? Are you all right?
As well as possible. Locked up in a cell. I can't complain. Since I'm a captain, I'm treated with respect. In any case, it looks like it's my turn to need help getting out of jail.
So, von dem Tischler erzählen.
We found witnesses who saw what happened.
I knew you would.
You were right. But the only person who saw the whole thing told us his testimony would be of no use.
Why? Who is it?
A carpenter. A former shipwright, if he's to be believed.
Don't say another word. I know who you're talking about. Silvio. It really does seem like the odds are stacked against us. Oh, I can't believe it. Of all the people in Uxantis, it had to be this incompetent, murdering fool who witnessed the scene.
What did he do?
It's more a question of what didn't he do? He was a shipwright, like he told you. He was in charge of repairing ships before they set sail. My mother's ship, in particular. But he didn't do his job, whether out of laziness or negligence. At the very first storm she encountered, the ship sprang a leak and sank. I lost my mother because of him. And now you're telling me he's the only person who can prove our innocence?
I'm afraid so. The ink mistress only heard the fight, so her testimony won't help us much.
And this man's won't help us either. Since my mother's death, he was banned from working for the Nauts. Why do you think he became a carpenter? Nobody trusts him anymore.
Okay, wir können trotzdem mal.
I understand your reluctance. But if you allow him to save the child of the woman whose death he caused, you'll be allowing him to redeem himself.
No, that's too easy. That idiot knew full well the weight of his responsibility. His laziness led to many deaths. Not to mention that nobody will take him seriously. Believe me. He better find something else. Like the name of the person who invited those people from the Alliance. You know that foreigners must have a Naut who will vouch for him before they can walk about the town.
We'll keep investigating.
Thank you for your help. When you've gathered enough evidence, go find the master of the shipyard. He's offered to defend us.
So, jetzt sind wir auch Level 15 wieder. Okay, also weiter Beweise finden.
If I've understood correctly, we need to question the head guard to find out where we can find the liar who claims they saw us attack those people. I love toying with this kind of ball. Let's go to the tavern and then leave it to me. I'll make mincemeat of him.
Aber klar doch. Darfst du. So. Gehen wir noch in die Taverne. War die doch gleich? Wo war die noch gleich? Hey, komm. Komm weg. Komm weg, lass die in Ruhe. Die Idioten. Wir haben einen anderen Auftrag. Komm ich hier auch rein?
There's the head guard. I believe the woman from the Alliance, Sophia, is over there. Since she's the one who warned us, maybe she can tell us more about the emissary.
Oh, please, let me talk to the head guard. I know I can get him to tell me everything she knows about the liar who's falsely accused us.
Ja, darfst du auch gleich. Lass uns mal kurz mit Sophia reden.
I'm happy to see you're back, and in one piece. When I heard there'd been a fight among foreigners, I was afraid it might be you.
And you were right. What can we say? We're mixed up in just about everything that goes on. A gang of Bridge Alliance brutes surprised us, but we made short work of them. But when the guard intervened, Alvida was arrested in our place.
I'm very sorry. I suspected that Zahid's presence in Uxantis might cause problems. Is there anything I can do to help?
Nach dem Abgesandten fragen.
What can you tell us about this woman?
I must admit that knowing she was here gave me reason for concern. So I tried to find out who invited her. Apparently, it was one of the admirals, to strengthen the trade relations between the Alliance and the Nauts. That idea worried me even more. I don't know how much you know about the Bridge Alliance, or the internal tensions simmering just below the surface there. Recently, a group has appeared on the scene, spreading disturbing ideas. They argue for Tyneir's superiority over all other nations, especially the islanders of Teirfredi. They're violent and will stop at nothing to expand their influence, which remains fairly limited for now, thankfully. This woman is part of that group, and the fact that she's here to negotiate with the Nauts could prove dangerous for your people. Whether or not she's behind what happened, she's certain to use it against you.
Okay.
Do you know where this emissary is staying?
Since she's part of an official delegation, she must be staying at the diplomat's house. However, you'll never get her to admit her involvement just by talking to her. I'm afraid you'll have to find a more indirect method. The innkeeper here is in charge of delivering food to all the buildings where foreigners are staying. Maybe he could help you enter her quarters discreetly.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. I despise this woman and everything she stands for. I hope you can prove your innocence. Oh, I just thought of something. I don't know if this will be of any use to you, but I saw her leaving town once, which intrigued me. A diplomat who's here on official business would have no reason to go inland. I have no idea what she planned to do there, but maybe it would be worthwhile finding out.
Thank you for your help. See you later.
So.
See you later, Sophia. According to Sophia, the innkeeper could help us get into the diplomat's house.
So, jetzt gehen wir erstmal mit ihm da reden. Da darf Sybil machen. Sybil.
You again? This tavern used to be a place you could drink in peace. Even here, these pesky foreigners seem bent on stirring up trouble.
So, etwas zu trinken anbieten? Diplomatie? Nein. Sybil nach dem Zeugen fragen lassen.
Sybil, You wanted to speak to this gentleman, I believe?
Absolutely, darling. I've always held guards in the highest regard.
Really?
Of course. What would happen to our cities without these valiant defenders of the peace? They would be submerged in chaos and anarchy. And I'd like to congratulate you on your swift action. No one could blame you for giving credence to a questionable witness.
I appreciate that, but the witness wasn't questionable. He's a Naut, and...
Come now, don't you worry. There's no question of your devotion to your duty. But it's obvious that this man was corrupt. He was probably more of a pirate than a sailor.
Not at all. He works as a longshoreman on the docks.
Works? Worked? Because this infamous witness has disappeared, hasn't he? He'll never take the stand. It's so unfortunate that a man like you, so honest and so upright, must pay for someone else's lies.
Well, that's why you're wrong. He's still there, and he's going to testify. He's in the warehouses as usual.
Really? I was lied to. In that case, I'm utterly reassured. You're doing a splendid job.
We've got to flush that rat out of the warehouse where he's hiding.
So. Okay. Noch hier mit dem Wirt reden.
Welcome to the Fishing Mermaid. What'll it be?
Diplomatie versuchen zu überzeugen, Essen liefern zu lassen.
Is it possible to order food from you to be delivered?
We sometimes deliver meals to certain homes, in particular to Overseas House when they're entertaining. But we don't do individual deliveries, if that's what you're asking about. Those deliveries are enough of a pain. With the repairs to the wall, my cart can barely get through.
We could deliver the meals for you today, so you wouldn't have to bother with this cart.
Why would you do that? Ah, you want to play a joke on the emissary, don't you? I know she's not very nice, but my tavern's reputation is at stake. Sorry, I can't risk it. Would you like anything else? I have a delicious cider right now.
Ja. Ganz toll, mal klappt das mal
You
nicht.
mentioned the works that are interfering with your deliveries. What are they repairing there?
Oh, the wall around Overseas House was starting to crumble and it looked bad. Since that's where the continent's most eminent people stay, well, it had to be fixed. It makes our island look bad, you know? But still, even if it had to be done, I wish they'd have done it at another time. Not when I had to deliver food to a guest. Would you like anything else? I have a delicious cider right now.
Nein, ich habe keine Lust auf Apfelwein.
Thank you. Good boy.
Come back soon. We're open at all hours.
Toll, ey. Im ersten Durchgang, also das, was ich jetzt wohl nicht aufgenommen habe, da habe ich ihn überredet gekriegt. Obwohl es mir nicht viel gebracht hat, ich habe dann eine Essensration mit rumgeschleppt und konnte es nirgendwo abgeben. Aber egal. So, in der nächsten Folge machen wir dann hier weiter. Ich höre jetzt erstmal hier wieder auf. Wenigstens bin ich jetzt wieder Level 15. Bis Level 22 bin ich das letzte Mal gekommen. Also, wir sehen uns.